Hello, my name is Marilyn Peake, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to talk about my work in this video trailer. I'm the published author of both children's and adult literature and a photographer. You can visit my website at www.marilynpeake.com, spelled www.marilynpeake.com. I'd like to start by talking about a book recently published by Double Dragon Publishing that I edited, entitled From Hollywood Experts and Published Authors, Words of Wisdom for Starving Artists. This book was truly a labor of love. It started out as a collection of articles written for my newsletter, The Golden Goblet, and includes additional articles by the same authors. The book opens with copyright information from Lincoln D. Banlow, attorney specializing in intellectual property law in Century City and the outgoing president of the Los Angeles Copyright Society. Remaining pages include a treasure trove of information from Michael J. Wallach, personal manager for Hollywood actors, Joe Kelly, Hollywood teacher and movie extra, Darrell Bain, 2005 Fiction-Wise ebook author of the year for most books sold and highest ratings by readers, Leah Skizis, owner, co-owner of two websites listed among the Writer's Digest 101 Best Websites for Writers, Dr. Hugh Rosen, retired university professor and author, and other successfully published authors. The articles are very inspiring, informative, and some include quite a bit of humor. The information within the book's pages is valuable for both aspiring actors and writers, and for authors wanting to learn more about effective book promotion. Next, I'd like to talk about short stories I've recently had published. Coyote Crossing and Cannon Fodder Operation Horse Whisperer are short stories published by Double Dragon Publishing with their own book covers. Both are listed as official Fiction-Wise recommendations at fictionwise.com. And Coyote Crossing was voted a top 10 finisher in the 2006 Predators and Editors Readers Poll. I loved writing these short stories. Coyote Crossing is an adult dark fantasy. Cannon Fodder Operation Horse Whisperer is a futuristic science fiction political thriller. Both were written using highly visual language, and for some reason, and the only time this has ever happened to me, the words for Coyote Crossing came to me in present tense. Here's an excerpt. Maria thinks of her mother cooking hotcakes and shooing chickens from their dirt floor hut in her family's wood and straw abode along the dusty route to Chichen Itza. Chickens run in the front door and out the back. An antenna punctuates the roof, reaches into the sky, grabs invisible signals, and throws them like fairy dust into the square metal box. Images flicker across the screen. A gift from a wealthier uncle, an employee at an American hotel in Cancun. Maria's mother continues to shuck corn, grind meal, and form rounded corn cakes in her small, plump fists until the chickens run underfoot. Then she swipes a nearby broom into her doughy hands, runs and chases 4 screeching chickens from the hut with fury. Feathers fly like snow onto the hot dirt floor. I also had a great time writing short stories for the Twisted Tales anthology series, edited by J. Richard Jacobs and published by Double Dragon Publishing. I have 3 short stories in the first Twisted Tales anthology, Witches Season, set in the time of the witch burnings, Tiger in the Plum Blossoms, set in the high-end period of Japan and written in the style of the pillow books from that time period, and Return to Roswell, written about 2 rather silly girls, Layla and Janie, who visit Roswell and encounter more than they bargained for. Twisted Tales was voted a top 10 finisher in the 2006 Predators and Editors Readers Poll. It also received a fantastic review from Margaret Marr at nightsandweekends.com. Her review begins, quote, Twisted Tales is a delicious, diverse collection of weird and wonderful short stories. You'll find yourself dipping into this collaboration just to get away from it all between mundane tasks, like cleaning your house and doing mindless work for your boss at the office. Heck, you don't even need a reason to dip in because you'll be eager to read another one and another one and another until they're all gone, leaving you wanting more like the proverbial bag of chips, end of quote. Twisted Tales 2, Time on Our Hands, like the first Twisted Tales anthology, has a twist at the end of every story. But this time, every story is also based on the theme of time or interdimensional travel. The authors wrote so many pages on this theme, Twisted Tales 2 has actually been divided into 2 volumes for publication. In the first volume, I have a short story entitled Mummy in the Art Museum. I had great fun writing this one. It was inspired by a visit to the New York City Metropolitan Museum of Art, where I discovered a mummy on display. As I looked at the exhibit, I thought, if that mummy should wake up and discover it's been placed in an art museum, would it be angry? In Twisted Tales 2, Time on Our Hands, Volume 2, I have 2 more short stories, Devil's Triangle and Moonbeams Upon Stonehenge. I also have a short story, my first short story ever published, entitled Dragonfire, in the anthology of fantasy short stories entitled Illuminated Manuscripts from Double Dragon Publishing. The first book I had published is The Fisherman's Son, the first book in a trilogy of children's fantasy adventure novels. The next 2 books in the series are The City of the Golden Sun and Return of the Golden Age. I enjoyed writing these books, and I've had a wonderful time with them ever since. My publisher arranged to have The Fisherman's Son produced as an audiobook by a professional audio production company, read by the voice actor Andrew Dollar. He did an amazing job. That audiobook was recently named a finalist in the 2006 Forward Magazine Book of the Year Awards. You can hear an audio excerpt from the Fisherman's Son audiobook on both the Double Dragon Publishing and FictionWise.com web pages for that publication. Best-selling science fiction and fantasy author Piers Anthony read The Fisherman's Son, told me that it was a powerful book, and sent me a wonderful review quote for it. I've heard from numerous children telling me that they were writing book reports about my children's books, and from reviewers telling me that their own children had become fans of the Fisherman's Son trilogy. Someone online told me that their library had set up a display for the Fisherman's Son trilogy. This was all very exciting for me. The following is a book summary for The Fisherman's Son. The main character is a 12-year-old boy named Wiley O'Mara. He lives on an island far up northward. It's very cold, around the beginning of the 19th century. The island's scenery and culture in some ways resemble that of Ireland around the same time. After meeting a dolphin who allows him to swim underwater, Wiley takes part in an extraordinary adventure through which he and the dolphin accomplish an incredible rescue mission. Along the way, Wiley and his friend encounter both real and imaginary creatures, the real fish, dolphins, coral reefs, and changing depths of the North Atlantic Ocean, as well as imaginary creatures in the island forest and ocean depths surrounding Wiley's home. In the City of the Golden Sun, Wiley and 6 boys from an ancient city travel through time and return to the City of the Golden Sun, now submerged deep under the ocean. The city comes to life as it was during its heyday, and the boys are offered the opportunity to go on a grand adventure. Beverly J. Rao, in a review from MyShelf.com, writes, quote, The City of the Golden Sun is a magnificent fantasy, coupled with exciting adventure that will keep your preteen reading. Peake's extensive research shows in this wonderful rendition of the Atlantis theory, and it will fuel the imagination of its young readers, end of quote. In Return of the Golden Age, the 3rd book in the Fisherman's Son trilogy, Wiley must bring news of the ancient city and the rich heritage of their ancestors to the people in his now impoverished village. Jenny S. Bev, managing editor for BookReviewClub.com, writes, quote, I truly enjoyed Marilyn Peake's Return of the Golden Age. This final book of the Fisherman's Son trilogy is more than engaging. Its realism and surrealism elements are genuine and breathtaking. Under the Sea has been transformed into a magical place, thanks to the author's impressive storytelling skills, end of quote. It was fun sharing information about my books on this video. I have more video trailers designed for some of my individual publications on YouTube, and I also have my own channel on YouTube. On my website, you can find links to my newsletter, The Golden Goblet, published for free every month. My website is www.marilynpeake.com, spelled www.marilynpeake.com. I hope you enjoyed listening to my presentation on this video trailer today. Thanks!